welcome to your weekly reading for February 25th through March the 3rd. Yes, we're already in March. Um, First, I'm going to talk about astrology. I brought out this deck of cards. Spirit told me to bring that out because I think we're going to talk about each transit or whatever. So basically, the sun is still in Pisces here. The sun is in Pisces, and you're very dreamy still, okay? You're in that dreamy state, doing a lot of imagining, probably really in your feelings about things, okay? Yeah, really in your feelings and learning how to heal yourself. Learning how to get past your feelings, to work through your feelings. Maybe, yeah, that's all I'm hearing. You're working through your feelings. So that's what the sun is doing for you during this time. Keeping you dreamy, keeping you floaty, keeping you... It's like you're paying attention to your emotions, but you're not letting them take over you, or it's important for you to focus on them not taking over you. And you're probably focusing on yourself. That's what you're doing. You're focusing more on yourself and more on the things that are tangible instead of the things that are in your mind, okay? Or the things that are just floating through your mind, you know? So next on the 1st, we have Mercury and Jupiter going direct, okay? Mercury is about the mind and communication. So basically, you'll be better able to communicate, better able to express what's on your mind, okay? But that Pisces energy is still around. So even though you're in your mind and even though you know you need to make decisions, it's a little wonky because you still have that dreamy energy. So the Two of Pentacles came out because it's about prioritizing what is important, okay? And not going so far into your emotions, but focusing on tangible situations. But because your heart is open, you're able to love unconditionally and look past like hard communication or hard words or people saying things that may not be nice. I'm just going to say that may not be nice, and seeing the heart of the matter. You also had the Emperor that came out here when I talked about that Mercury. And the Emperor talks about standing strong in what you believe, taking control of your emotions, your finances, your material existence, your creativity. It's like standing in what it is that you believe, okay? Next, you have Jupiter, which is also direct, I said, on March the 1st. And that is about luck, growth, and wisdom, okay? So this could be a very lucky time for you because of that. It also talks about growth in your emotions because of Pisces being in the sun. Growth in learning all the things that you have learned. You are moving that forward. You had the Nine of Swords come out. So all of that anxiety and all of that depression that you may have been feeling by being stuck in your head earlier this week, you are going to stand strong in that energy. And you're going to use that wisdom to connect with Spirit about how it is that you should move or sway during this week, okay? Spirit said one more card, and it fell right out. Okay, so you're walking away from some old things, okay, and realizing and paying attention to what you do have or the new possibilities that are opening up to you this time, okay? And that is the wisdom, is that you're learning that. If you look at this card, it looks like this man is meditating. He's meditating over the past, meditating, not obsessing, meditating over the past and looking towards the future, the open sea of all the possibilities. Okay. Next, in March 2nd, you have a full moon in Virgo. Okay. So that talks about, okay, so with this full moon in Virgo, it's almost like you're in a search for perfection or what perfection is. Okay. So you may be, because Mercury is direct, you may be very sharp with your tongue, okay? So it talks about being polite and patient with others, okay? Because the thing is, you're trying to get your emotions and what you want out, but you're really held tightly to what you believe, okay? So it talks about opening yourself up a little bit to think about other people's feelings and how you may make them feel by doing that. And that is about intuition, about other people's feelings. If you're an empath, this is a really good time to use that skill, okay? Also, you will want to serve a lot of people this month, okay? The reason why the world came up is because it's okay to serve others or to help others, but you have to know when to stop doing that. If it's something that you've been doing in the past and it hasn't been working for you, you need to move past it, okay? It also talks about you trying so hard to be of service that you're doing it with your own knowledge and how you think or what you think they need and not actually what they need. With Mercury being direct, it's time for you to use, well, Mercury and Jupiter, it's time for you to use the wisdom that you've learned and your direct communication to get those things out. There we go. Temptation, which is the devil, and the Nine of Wands. So it talks about learning from the past and moving on from the past and moving forward, okay, with spiritual strength, with your own strength to move forward. Ask people what they need, okay? Ask people what they need, and this was going to start something very passionate for you because you're in the need to serve others. If you ask them what they exactly want or what they need, then you can serve them correctly, and it can open up new routes for you spiritually, in love, in work, in any area, okay? So let's get on to the readings. Hello, fire signs. This is your reading, weekly reading for February 25th through March the 3rd. And we are starting with Aries. I already put the cards out because I had to restart because I was talking to myself. I mean, I'm going to be honest. So, on the bottom of the deck, you have the Temperance. Underneath that, you have the Sun, okay? So this tells me that you're trying to bring patience into a relationship, okay? I feel like you have a set of rules that you want to go with in a certain relationship, and because it makes you happy, but you have to bring patience in. It may be the other person, or there may be a situation that just requires your patience, okay? You may be at a rest from your partner, but I feel like you're still in a good spot. You may be at a rest, or the relationship may be at a rest, or you feel like you should be able to do more in your relationship. You want to do more communicating. You may be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or this could just be one coming into you. If there is communication coming in, I feel like the communication is rough with the other person. Or this could be someone else coming into you with rough communication, okay? But you happen to be content where you are right now. Whether it be with this person or without this person, you could be single and you're just content in your own space. Okay, you're happy in your own space. And someone is coming into you, okay? I feel as though you may be working on your own life, okay, or your own family, planting seeds and doing things, waiting on your ships to come in, whether this be in a relationship or with yourself. I'm hearing or, so I have to say that. You haven't quite gotten control, okay, but you're trying to hold on to whatever that you're waiting on, okay? You're holding on because it's something that you want. You see the sun there with the Sun card. You see that something beautiful is coming up to you, okay? But it hasn't quite come together the way that you wanted to come together, and that makes you sad. But it also talks about you I feel like you're still looking at the bright side of things because you're still trying to keep the balance. You understand that there is a time of pause and you should use that time to heal. Okay, you should use that time to prioritize and balance in a healing way. Even though you're not getting the offer that you want, whether this be with work or love or any situation, you're still trying to keep that balance. Okay? You are. You're still trying to keep that balance. You feel like you may be winning a losing battle because you're in this rest phase and you don't see things coming in as fast as you want to. I feel like things are coming, but just not as fast as you want, okay? There may be a Virgo. There may be another fire sign. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I see Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn too. I see everyone, so I'm going to stop saying signs now. So this is the Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces that I was seeing, okay? Um, this is just you being compassionate, okay? But it's very interesting because I feel like you're trying to be intuitive to what's going on, okay? You're being very compassionate even though you're in this hermit energy where you're having to do all this introspection in with yourself because you're not getting any responses. You may be getting angry and trying to get the truth out of someone of what they want, but they're going very slow. Yeah. This person is going extremely slow because they're trying to heal or prioritize. I feel like they're prioritizing their heart and work, or maybe something that happened with them in the past. So you're going to have to be pretty patient on this person this week, okay? All right, Aries, let's see what your card's going to be. Spirit saying, look at money. There may be some money or some inheritance that someone is waiting for, something that is due to them, and it's coming really slow. So instead of spending money, you're going to have to budget until it comes in, okay? Your card is clearing. Clear the clutter. When in doubt, throw it out. Okay? So all the things that don't matter right now, all the mental situations that you're building up from being by yourself, if it's not going to help you get to your result, you need to let it go. Okay? Okay, so next we have Leo. Spirit, what do you have for Leo for February 25th through March the 3rd? What would you like them to know, be aware of, or pay attention to during this time? You had an extra card that wanted to come out. It's the Fool card. So the Fool card talks about taking risks, being open to look past the veil. It may have something to do with a love offer. To take a risk on a love offer or giving a love offer. Okay, Leo? So on the bottom of the deck, you have the Moon card. Underneath that, you have the Seven of Swords. I'm not reading in reversals this week. The Moon card talks about not being able to see something. And I feel like this may be someone being deceiving, but I feel more like it's feeling like someone is being deceiving, not knowing that they're being deceiving. Also, it talks about you trying to find the truth, and you're doing little things to try to find the truth, okay? Because you feel like you don't want to go in the same direction as them. You don't feel the same things they feel right now, or you're questioning how they feel. So you're holding on to yourself. I feel like they're offering you something and you're like, no, like you're not ready to give that to them, and that's causing them like conflict between you and them. Okay. But I feel like you worry about that, which is interesting. It's almost like you don't want to push them away, but you want to keep yourself. It's like you're keeping yourself nice on the outside, but in the inside you're not letting them in quite yet because you're not sure. They are offering you an opportunity, and that's what I feel like you're backing away from, is that opportunity, because it just feels like you're not ready. You're not ready to reinvent this. You're not ready to reignite that fire, right? And it could be because you're working on something new, or you're thinking about all the hard work you're going to have to put into it. So you're doing like mental research. Yeah. So you're doing like mental research about this offer that they're offering. Okay? Like, is it real? Because it's a wand. And wands are very passionate and kind of like, this is what I want at that moment. And you're like, I got all these pentacles though. Like, that's what I feel. So you're trying to change your perspective, but it just doesn't feel like it's time. I feel like this is bad timing for you both. Like, you're just not in that mindset, and they really want you to take this offer. The offer is there. But are you willing to work on that offer? I don't know the answer to that. I don't think so. Because you have the Fool card, and the Fool card talks about taking risks. I don't see you taking a risk, especially with the Hangman. I see you just thinking about the risk or knowing that you should take it, but I don't think you're going to take it. You do take it. This tells you right now that I don't look ahead. You have the Two of Cups. So the Two of Cups talks about you taking the offer. Okay? You may just have a passionate night with them as well because of the Ace of Wands being here. I feel like internally you're fighting this. I'm feeling like you're saying yes on the outside, but the inside you're holding on to yourself. But I do feel like you're going to take the offer because you're trying to change your perspective. There it is. Because you're trying to change your perspective. But with this being the overall energy, I still feel like you are questioning. You're still questioning the situation. And you're still trying to get away with your own thoughts. But I feel like, see how he's leaving these two swords? I feel like that's what you're doing. Is that you're offering this indecision to them, but you're taking the rest of your thoughts with you. So I feel like there is a come together, like a beginning, but you're not fully given everything just yet. Okay, Leo? Let's see what your oracle card will be for additional guidance. You have blessings. Count your blessings. A grateful heart attracts joy, love, and prosperity. So it talks about opening yourself up and changing your perspective, okay? Taking that risk on love, okay? Because you do have this Two of Cups here. I feel like you are trying to protect yourself. I definitely feel like you're holding back. But it it almost feels like they're going to beat you into submission, not physically, but almost mentally. And you have to take this as a blessing. I mean, count your blessings that you have someone that cares and wants to be there. Okay? That's what Spirit says. I go with that. Last but not least, we have Sagittarius. Okay, Spirit, what do you have for Sagittarius for February 25th through March the 3rd? Spirit, what do you have for Sagittarius for February 25th through March the 3rd? What would you like them to know, pay attention to, or be aware of at this time? You have one card flip over. On the bottom of the deck, you have the Six of Cups and the Ten of Wands. Okay. So there is thinking about something. There's a reunion. This is not thinking. You're either thinking of someone, or this is a reunion, or this could also be about children. And it's a burden of something that keeps happening. There's something that keeps happening, like communication keeps coming in and out with this particular person or who you're dealing with. You had the King of Cups fall out, so this could be a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. I also see another fire sign here. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, if this isn't you. But I feel like you're trying to have control over your emotions in this situation. I feel like you want to make the right decisions because I see the Two of Swords here. But we're going to start off with the Three of Cups. And I feel like there's a celebratory moment, okay? Where I feel like you step out of a mental prison, or a space where you were holding on to yourself. And you decide to open up and have a good time with friends or this particular person. I feel like you weren't paying attention and they came around. I almost feel like you were drinking, okay? And that's what lowered your inhibitions in this situation. With these two cards, I definitely feel that. Someone may have offered you a drink. It almost feels like, also I'm hearing with this card too, it's like reliving a cycle, okay? But it's like your intuition told you that it was okay because you weren't thinking clearly. So you were like, okay, like that kind of energy. And it's helping you get your mind off of someone else that you can't quite make a decision on. And you're trying to heal from that energy because it's not really helping you. So it's like you're trying to move away from that energy. So you're spending some time having a good time. That might have been a fire sign that offered you a drink. Okay, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And it's interesting because usually you're by yourself, or they say, usually I don't come out. I'm so glad I met you, right? And everything seems to be good here. You're celebrating. You may find out that this person is actually married. And that kind of lets you down a little bit, but it doesn't stop you from having fun. I feel like you're going to be spending a lot of time being single this week, but it's like you had a good time today. And it's almost like, oh, here we go again, another married man or something like that. Like he is bonded to something, whether it be family or a situation that's something like you've dealt with before in the past. So you decide that you want to focus on yourself and you're not going to give anymore until you find the right thing that you want to give to. You're not going to continue to nurture something that's not going to grow, or that you're not going to receive something by. And that's because you're in this King of Cups energy where you are in full control of your emotions and full control of what happens to you, and you're not going to allow anything else to come in. Okay, so let me pull some extra cards. Yeah, I feel like you're only going for a good time this week. It's like you need some inspiration when it comes to passion to feel good about yourself, okay? And you're going to get that offer, like a childish love offer, like that drink or whatever it is. You're going to get some sort of offer, okay? But you still are fighting for what you believe in, okay? Which is what it is that you want with yourself. So that's not going to move. It's the same story, okay? You have connection. It says connect with someone special. A loved one is a gift to treasure. Beautiful. So, like I said, you may be going out with friends or someone that makes you feel good, like a friend that you have that you go out with. But this connection is going to help you this week boost your self-esteem and how you feel about yourself, because you're going through some situations, probably reminiscing about the past, okay? So thank you so much for listening. I'll see you next week. I love you very much. Love and light.